in our video, EJ Kreutzmann from La Jolla Country Day. And EJ has a lot of the skills that we look for in a quarterback. He has escape ability. He does it as well as I've seen, and he can throw on the run as well as any quarterback I've ever seen. And we really want to highlight that today. So let's go ahead and start off with our very first play. Let's look at the formation to begin with. So we've got, again, we've talked about boundaries and wide side of the field. They're on the hash mark right here. So we have the boundary is over here, meaning short side of the field, and the wide side of the field is over here. They've put 3 receivers to the wide side of the field and 1 receiver wide to the wide side of the field. The defense has lined up with 4 immediately on 3, and you can count him as a half. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders and a half on 3 defenders, and we have 1-on-1 back to this side with inside leverage. Why? Because it's very tough to throw an outside route to the wide side of the field. You'd have to take a big time arm to do that. So what happens is some pretty interesting things here. We can see that the defense is aligned to the formation to defend the 3 receivers as opposed to defending the field. And the safety is lined up on the hash mark, which is in essence right where the ball is. So he's worried about vertical routes from this side of the field, inside vertical routes. Let's look at the stance right here of EJ. You can see that his left foot is staggered from his right foot. And that's a traditional, typical stance where you preset your left foot back so that you don't have to step necessarily with that left foot as your first step to gain distance, separation from the line of scrimmage. So he's going to go ahead, though, and take a short little 1, and then he's going to do a quick 2-3. So he's taking what under the center would be a 5-step drop, but from under the gun becomes a 3-step drop. The other thing that he's going to do extremely well right here is that he is going to freeze the safety with his eyes. So let's look at the footwork and the head where he's going to freeze the safety. Let's go. Footwork, 1, 2, 3, freeze. Now, what happened there? What happened is this was not a design play. What happened when we go back is we're going to see that the defenders rushed inside with no one on the edge. Instinctively, a good quarterback senses that. He doesn't see it, he senses it. We saw his eyes were downfield. He does a snap turn. We showed that in last week's video, snap turn to escape. And now we go into quarterback scramble protocols. So what does a receiver who's running an out do when the quarterback scrambles? Go deep. Okay, what does somebody who's deep do? If you're not open, come up. So you change your location on the field based upon the scrambling position of the quarterback. Sometimes that means that 2 receivers wind up in the same place. But when you're running to your left, you can see he's already started to do it. He's starting to turn his shoulders forcefully. And as he turns his shoulders, he's going to create a whipping velocity upon throwing the ball. Let's watch the rest of the play, and then we'll come back and look at how it all happened. Look at that. See how he turned his shoulders right there? He makes the throw. A wide receiver and his route conversion almost gets in the way of the play. Backside route over the top. Play number 2. In a real football game, things happen. Rushes occur. You have to avoid. You have to escape, or you have to be willing to take the hit as a quarterback. What's going to happen here is we're going to get an unblocked defender coming through. We have an empty formation. We have 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 2, meaning that there is no running back here for protection. Puts a little stress on the defense. You can see that they're matching up man over here. So we have a man defense, and then you want to run man beating routes, hard, sharp breaking routes, corner routes, slant routes, double move routes. Well, they're going to use a corner route here, which is a great man route, but he's going to get pressure. EJ is going to get pressure, and he's going to have to throw the ball before the receiver breaks. And he does this Phillip Rivers-like. Let's watch. He's not going to be able to put any pressure, and pause. Beat. Here comes the pressure. Here it comes. Here comes the pressure. Here it comes. He's not going to be able to put any pressure on that back foot because he's going to have to absorb the hit right here. He has not even started to make his break. but he knows where he's going to be. His eyes have locked in on him. He knows where he's going to go. He's going to break to the corner route. He's going to throw the ball soft where only his receiver can catch it. Let's watch the play. Takes the hit. The ball's in the air as the receiver comes out of his break. Ball's in the air, receiver's out of his break. Nice, easy pitch and catch for the quarterback with a guy in his face. Well done. Let's look at play number 3. Look at is a very common double move route, a hitch and go. The hitch route is a vertical stem, meaning I'm running fade, and then to chop my feet and come back and lose ground towards the quarterback, give him my chest. That's a hitch route. The DB would read the quarterback and would break on that route and disrupt or tackle. So what we're going to try and do in a double route is to get the DB to come up and have the receiver run his hitch, show the quarterback his chest, and then run by him. Okay, not good versus a too high necessarily. They got a too high out here, but a great throw is going to always be a winner. So what can the quarterback do in that route time? The quarterback makes this work because what EJ is going to do, there you can see his left foot staggered, as we talked about. What the quarterback's going to do is he's going to time the chest with the receiver with a shoulder pump. And he's even going to do a little bit of an arm pump, which is going to sell it and then gives the receiver the chance to break by. Let's watch all this and we'll come back and explain the route. Starting off, hitch, arm pump, sell the route, and then make the throw. Let's go back to the beginning and pause. Well, what happens here, this would have been an easier play for them, but what happens is the DB, that's not good position. He's already turned and started to run right now. He's going to trip and fall, which slows him down from playing the hitch, which makes it easier for him to play the hitch and go. So while EJ, their wide receiver, runs a nice route, EJ does a great job. You can see he's lined up. He's going to show his chest. He's going to show his shoulder. He's going to show the arm pump. Well, he's fallen down, so he really hasn't closed the gap like you want him to. So what EJ has to do is make what's called a spot throw. You have to throw it away from the defender so only your receiver can make the catch. And he does this extremely well. Let's watch him. So the DB's going to fall down, come back up, but it helped him in his route coverage. But EJ throws the ball where only his receiver can make the catch, and then his receiver does the job. That's fine football right there. Well done, EJ. That's Carroll's Corner. Have a great day.